Hello everyone. There's something I'd like to share with you today. And this is about how the coronavirus has freed me. Now, this may sound weird. This may sound controversial. You may not like this at all. And I'm choosing to be okay with that. As I say this, I'm feeling a little bit nervous inside, even making this, the idea of putting this out there for the world to see. And yet, with everything that's been happening in the world right now with COVID-19, I had this realization that this is information that needs to be out there. This needs to be shared. And I've known this for a while, yet I've been in resistance to sharing it in such a large platform like this. I work one-on-one with clients. I teach groups of students. And that feels very different to me because people are opting in. They're choosing in. There's something that they know about what's being shared. And I'm still being able to read the people, ask questions, get people's input, rather than it just being me teaching. It's allowing everyone to teach each other. So this is a different format for me. I've known I'm to do this for a while. I felt guided to do this for a while so that more people can get this information. And yet I haven't done it. I have been in resistance now for about 4 years to doing this. And so I'm finally doing it now. I'm putting it out there. And if you're watching this, you are a part of this with me. And so what is this information that needs to be put out there? And why does the coronavirus have anything to do with this? Well, the coronavirus, as I looked out of the world and everything was happening, I knew it was very important for me to be aligned, for my vibration to be high. Because I have found in my own personal experience that when people around me get sick, including people that I'm taking care of in my household, and I'm surrounded by all of the germs, that if I raise my vibration through my own consciousness, number one, through feeling into my body, doing energy work, visualizing and feeling the aliveness and the energy that's inside of me and the wellness that's inside me, that affects the outcome. That affects how well and how healthy I am. It affects my mindset. And then also the vibration of what I'm feeding myself, the vibration of the food that's coming in. And so that would be the actual food that I'm eating, that I'm taking into my body or not, if I'm fasting from that. That also is everything else around me that I'm taking in. So if I decide to watch Netflix and there's fear and there's violence and there's turmoil and there's lying and there's cheating and it's showing a version of reality that is not my version of reality, then that affects me. That starts to affect my consciousness. That starts to affect my reality. There's a thing called cause and effect. And a cause is a thought or a belief that then creates emotions. So those emotions affect my actions, and then those actions create my results. It creates the world around me. We formed patterns of thought, and those thoughts start shaping our actions, which shape our world. And so if you want to know what your beliefs are, start looking around at your world. Look around at your world. How is your world set up? And you'll realize what your beliefs are. Your beliefs around health, your beliefs around wellness, your belief around finances and money, and whether money is good or evil, whether it's available to you or not, and relationships. So the power of our mind is significant. And so if I'm looking out at the world, and if I'm looking at this coronavirus and I get into fear, I get into a contracted state in my body, a closed off state, and that is a protective mechanism. Protective mechanisms in nature, animals either get small, getting into a small ball to protect the vital organs, or we get bigger, right? To scare something off. So we either get small or we get bigger. And we might make our voice bigger, and we might yell and fight and get scary to others, to intimidate others. So that's getting bigger. That's fighting for toilet paper. Mine. I must protect myself at all costs. Realize that this is a part of our basic instinctual nature, right? For those of us that are spiritual, we may know about chakras, and this is a part of our root chakra. It's our first chakra, and it's about our basic survival skills: food, shelter, water. And when our basic survival needs appear to be threatened, then we can go into the survival mode of gotta take care of me and mine and forget about everyone else in the world. Fear takes over. Yet we know that if we go into fear mode, it has a negative impact on us. It has a negative impact on our physiology. It causes stress. And that stress is the most harmful thing that can happen in this situation, because stress lowers the immune system. So we want to keep our immune systems high. Yes, there are threats, but there's a difference between a real threat and a threat that is not real. I'm not saying that the coronavirus is not real. It is not real in your reality right now, unless you have it or someone that you know has it. If there is a bear that is in front of me, and I can see that bear over there, I'm not going to just pretend that that bear does not exist. I'm going to take measures and precautions that keep bears at bay. Things to keep myself safe, to keep others safe, to keep the bear safe. But if the bear is miles away, I'm going to respond differently. I'll still respond, taking appropriate measures and taking measures to let other people know so that they can stay safe and doing what is required in that particular circumstance. And then there's the imagined bear. We're not talking about the imagined bear right now, the fear that so many people live in, where it is irrational fear. We are talking about rational fear that keeps us safe. And so what's happening for most of us right now is somewhere in the middle, right? There's not a bear we can see. It's not an imagined bear. There is a bear somewhere. And so there are precautions to take to not only keep ourselves safe, but to keep other people safe, and to keep this virus from turning into a huge global pandemic, to keep things under control. So, with that being said, notice what you're feeling in each and every moment. What are you feeling? Are you in fear? I started off this video saying, I'm afraid. I'm noticing that there's some fear. And that was not real fear, right? That was imagined fear. And yes, people could respond to this, say hateful things, but I don't know that yet. So right now, I'm dealing with what is happening right now. And in this moment, there is no threat. There is no threat. And so I can pay attention to what my experience is right now. Right now, I may notice that my jaw is contracting, that my brow is furrowing, that my shoulders are elevated and contracted, that it feels hard to breathe, that there's knots in my stomach. These are all ways that fear manifests in the body. That fear, and a lesser form of fear is worry, shows up in the body. And the body clues us in. It clues us in to what our mind's doing, what our thoughts are doing. And so if I can take a moment and notice what I'm experiencing in my body, I can go, oh, that's what's happening. What's underneath that? What am I feeling right now? I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling concern. I feel worried. I'm worried about myself, or I'm worried about other people, or I'm worried about the world, whatever it is. That's the thought that's behind it. And so you want to get to the thought. And so it's a matter of working backwards in this instance. So there's different ways to get around to the thought. So in this instance, it's working backwards. What's going on in my body? What emotion is there? What thought is creating this emotion? Because behind every emotion, there is always a thought. And often it's a subconscious belief that is creating the thought. And so we're not able to access it because it's below the level of conscious awareness. We're not able to see it. Yet we can process things on our own or with a professional. And on our own, it can be more challenging, but with practice, we can find those subconscious beliefs that are operating it. And it's going into the body, through the body, not escaping the body. Not escaping the body like what often happens in a lot of spiritual practices that are designed to help us feel better, right? Yet not awaken us, not really change anything. It just makes us feel better in the short run, but not in the long run. In the long run, it's getting at and looking at what is underneath here. What created this? Something in our past created this belief, created this pattern of thought, some sort of trauma, some sort of pain in the past. And this is what shadow work is. Shadow work is going back and regressing to find out what it is that is affecting us now. So the fear that so many of us are feeling right now, it gets triggered like that. And it's because of, number one, basic survival instinct, but often there's something in the past that causes us to go into that fight, flight, freeze, fawn mode. It's something from the past that we don't even know is happening. And this is true for the coronavirus, and this is true for everything else in our lives. This happens all day long. So the more that you can slow down, take in your experience, you can start to weed out, is this based on something that's real and now that requires action? Or is this something that is based on just a fear that's not real? Because what's being called for right now is for us all to pull together in unity. How that will look, I'm not sure. But what I can tell you what it doesn't look like is going to the store and hoarding all the supplies. That's not what it looks like. There's enough for everyone. There's more than enough for everyone. So I want to challenge you to think about what is in the highest good for everyone involved. And I will tell you what is your highest good is also the good of all, and what is in the highest good of all is also the highest good for you. How can you find a win-win so that everyone wins, so we all win? I think a lot of people are starting to realize how connected we all are. And then this idea that's talked about in esoteric teachings that everything is one, that what affects me affects other people, the butterfly effect, that this is true. We are all connected. Think about ways that are easy for you to make changes and adjustments. And definitely do those. Stay calm, stay peaceful, stay in your heart, stay in love, and in gratitude. I'm seeing people have this realization of, wow, I have so much. There's so much that I have that others don't. What is it that you can look around in your life and feel gratitude for? Because when you feel that gratitude, it grows. What you put your attention on grows. That's why our thoughts, our feelings are so important. That's why it's important to scan and realize, what is the vibration within me? Because I'm going to get more of that. I will get more of that. Wherever it is I'm vibrating, I will get more of that. That doesn't mean ignore your feelings. Get in tune with your feelings. Be with your feelings. If there's fear, be with it. Be with it. Allow it in. And if you can, let it go as quickly as it came in. But maybe there's something more there that you need to process through, that you need to solve, that you need to work out. Like, okay, I don't have any money coming in. I need to figure something out right now. Find the solutions, right, that you need. What needs to be done? Ask the questions. What needs to be done right now? What can I do right now? Is there anything I can do right now? And either do it, take the solutions, or say, okay, I can let this go. You can let those emotions move through you. Notice them, feel them. Maybe express it by asking someone, hey, I have all this stuff going on within me right now. I just feel like I need to talk to someone. I feel like I just need to vent. Could you just listen to me and allow me to vent? Allow me to get this off of my chest. And as quickly as you can, let that go. Let it go. And search for solutions. And the solution may just be coming to a better vibration within yourself, a higher vibration where health and wellness and vitality exists, so that you can keep yourself healthy. We are starting to realize that what I do on an individual level affects the whole, just like Gandhi said, right? Don't look to do all this change out there. Start here first. Start within yourself. Start in your family. Start in your community. But here, right? If I am healthy, right? If I am positive, if I am filled with vitality, it affects those around me. I can serve those around me more. But it requires me serving myself first. Serving myself first. Putting the oxygen mask on myself first. Putting healthy thoughts inside me. Feeling healthy, lively, vibrant, high energy, high vibration emotions. And feeding myself high vibration foods. Foods of all sorts. Foods in the form of information. If I'm putting fear in, I'll get fear out. Limit the amount of fear that you're allowing in. Be informed. Don't saturate yourself in all of the scariness and start to believe that that everyone is someone to be fearful of. Feed yourself positivity, and you will get it back. Feed yourself the things that will keep you healthy, that will keep you whole, that will keep you vibrant and well. And that's what the world needs. It's very apparent. That's what the world needs, for each of us to be healthy and whole. Then we're all healthy and whole, right? Then everyone that I contact stays healthy and whole. It radiates out. And whether we're talking on the germ level or whether we're talking on the energy level, whether we're talking in person, whether we're talking in emails or social media, like the vibration we're putting out there, we will get back. The vibration we put out there affects those around us. And it starts with our minds. It starts with our mindset. It starts with how we view the world and look at the world and what we feel in our hearts. Thank you for listening. May wellness, love, and vibrant, positive, beautiful, healthy energy be with you. Thank you.